keep this.
Yeah, let's rock.
All right, both players have kept 7. Let's rock.
I will keep.
What is that? Pete, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Nurturing Peatland, the Horizon Canopy Black-Green land. Ponder to start the game for Phil.
Results. Oh, nice.
I'll take 1 time to crop rotate.
Sure.
Okay, crop rotation on turn 1, and that resolves. What does Greg want? It's just Urza's Saga? Yep. Not too bad.
Upkeep, right? Pretty good to pitch.
Okay, Urza's Saga will tick up to 2. Ancient Tomb. A good start to the game for Greg, I would say. And start pumping out some constructs. I have not yet seen this game, but before we got started, I said that Urza's Saga could speed things up and make this match finish quickly than Lands versus Miracles did in Magic's in the past. And the wrong construct token hits. And freaking windmill again.
Draw. Trigger on the stack. 15 make a dude.
Yeah. Vaccine the lady.
Okay. Search trigger?
Yep.
All right, search trigger from Urza's Saga happening now. It's a silver border, wrong construct token from Unstable. The unsets, of course, not from the universes within. And I just don't approve of any of it.
Soul Guy Launcher, target your...
Legacy's supposed to be serious. And Unstable wasn't serious. So, I'm upset. Soul Guy Lantern removes Ponder, swords on the construct.
Land for turn Saga, and second.
And another is a Saga for Greg. All right. Brainstorm happening now for Phil.
Trigger sheet.
Go.
Triumph of St. Catherine off the top. That's not too bad.
We'll leave it on.
Combat.
Yep. You don't lose any life.
And then a Ponder for Phil.
Thinking.
14 to
14.
Yep. Results.
Second.
Yep. I have a lot of the search or so you're gonna leave. You can put these in any order, right? They go in any order.
And the turn, K4 dismember. 14.
Trigger.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, Dismember on the Triumph of St. Catherine, and then St. Catherine will trigger here. It will shuffle itself into basically the top 7 cards of Phil's deck. Soul Guy Lantern, opportunity missed.
Oh, no. If you want to go back, I know the top 2 cards in my library, the Ponder. So I would put those 2 back on top. Backtrack.
Nope, that's fine. Last one.
Okay, Greg accepting I missed it. Yeah, there is an opportunity to use Soul Guy Lantern there to stop Triumph of St. Catherine getting shuffled back into the top of the deck. In response to its ability, you can pop the Soul Guy Lantern to exile the graveyard, and it will go away.
You have the Metamorphosis.
Soul Guy Lantern could be useful later on, though, as Phil starts to use Mystic Sanctuary to put key spells back on top of the deck. Construct token may be joined by some friends soon as Urza's Saga ticks up to 2. A Thespian stage now. Making another construct. There it is. Attacking for 3.
17. Sego.
I'm gonna play another tower. 3 more. Filter green. Sure.
Okay, found a Triumph of St. Catherine off the top. Puts it into play with a Miracle. And a Cycle of Lorien Revealed.
And then I will go get.
I'll put it 10 to
Draw.
I'll pass you.
Untap. Draw.
Thespian Stage could copy Urza's Saga and things could get interesting. It looks like that's the plan.
Copy Saga. Right, so this is so one floating.
Well, yeah, you just choose whenever. You know,
Okay, 1 mana floating and then a search. Thespian Stage is now a copy of Urza's Saga. The constructs will likely be 4/4s after this search. What does Greg want to find? There's a 5/5 lifelinker on the other side.
Okay. Yes.
Could be Mox Diamond, could be Expedition Map. Saw Greg looking at the graveyard. Maybe there's a Life in the Loam available.
Tricky.
Such a stupid card.
Vexing Bubble.
Vexing Bauble. Okay. Okay.
Because you Limb Duel's vaulted, but then you Troll Cycle.
Yeah, that was my error. I feel like
Let's see. So
Mine's
for
frustrating right now, like
a
when the
colorless.
So Vexing Bauble's on the board. 1 colorless still floating. Plays a Yava Maya. There's Life in the Loam. Nurturing Peatland and 2 copies of Urza's Saga were in the graveyard, so those will get returned to hand. We could see Greg start to dredge. Not really great to attack with the constructs right now.
Big St. Catherine. Pass.
I'll bring somebody this way.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, a brainstorm happening here for Phil.
yeah, it's just
Another Triumph of St. Catherine off the top. This is getting interesting. Attacking with one of them. It's a 5/5 lifelinker.
Yeah, I got Magus.
I'll double block.
no, it's really spicy.
Attack.
All right.
No payments.
Game 4. Go to 14.
Game 5.
Yup. Way 2.
Cracking Bobble.
All right, one of the constructs got swords, so the other one will die in combat as a chump blocker. Both Triumph of St. Catherine's still alive for Force of Phil. It's not looking bad for Phil.
Sure. I'll draw. Okay.
Going for a regular draw. Thespian Stage will get its first chapter counter. It had 0 because it copied Urza's Saga on the previous turn. It does not automatically get its first chapter counter. Gotta wait till the following turn for that. So it had no abilities. Kind of a weird thing. Well, it was a forest thanks to Yavamaya, but you know what I mean.
Pretty sure I'm gonna use one.
I'll play Karn.
This.
Okay, Elvish Reclaimer comes in. Well, it's on the stack anyway. Elvish Reclaimer is pretty powerful. The Thespian Stage is a copy of Urza's Saga. Can't quite make constructs yet. The cool thing about Thespian Stage being a copy of Urza's Saga is once it has passed Chapter 2 and gains the ability to make constructs, if you copy something else with Thespian Stage, it will still keep the construct creating ability. So if this Thespian Stage later becomes, let's say, a basic island, it will still be able to pay 2 and tap and make a construct. So we'll see what happens with this Thespian Stage. But that is very interesting. Urza's Saga also got played. So there are 2 Urza Sagas on Greg's board, both on Chapter 1 right now. The Yu-Gi-Oh card on Phil's side is a Clue created by Deduce. It just got sacked.
Let's see. Am I dead?
I think so. I got 2 meters.
I'm going to wrath for 1.
Okay.
Wrath of the Skies X is 1. That's that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all.
Great.
I didn't even know they made those Maguses. Oh yeah, it just came out in Dust
Just
form.
came out.
They're really sweet. It's really cool. I was like, what card is that? It's really cool.
Looks very scary.
I'll practice draw card. Practice draw card.
American Horror Story.
Dead. Oh, sagas are dead too, right? Yep. Ah, yeah, you got it.
All right, the complete board wipe by Wrath of the Skies wins Phil game 1. Moving on to game 2. Wrath of the Skies, everybody.
I will play a Mox.
Yep.
Okay, Mox Diamond to start the game for Greg. Discarding an Urza Saga, Ancient Tomb, and then a Gesture to pass, okay?
Next up, take 2. Question Opposition Agent.
Response.
Looking for
Opposition Agent getting flashed in on end step. Okay. In response, Cycling Lorien revealed. Feels like a good time to do that. Not very good after Opposition Agent is on the board. Finds a Tundra.
Good. Untap. Sure.
Opposition Agent.
13. 13 all.
Control land.
yeah, creature land. Post.
Clear Wasteland.
Yep.
Wasteland land.
Okay, Wasteland fired off. Hits the Tundra. And Loam. Return Wasteland and Urza Saga. Not too bad. All right. Greg off to a good start here in game 2. Don't forget to attack.
Waste that.
Post? Yes.
One for each.
It's each locus.
I have no idea. Alright, combat. Sorry. Pass 2.
I'll give you for 1.
Forest.
So Greg can start loaming here. Oh no! Oh man! Oh man! All right, so Flooded Strand got fetched right into Opposition Agent, and Phil just scooped the game. Oh man, that hurt. I think we've all been there. Yeah, Kenneth saying EDH players no. All right, looks like one card headed to the bottom of the library for Phil and a mull to 6, and we are ready to go. Hopefully the life totals will be reset on the phone. Flooded Strand gets cracked successfully this time, finds a basic island.
Instant land. Sorcery enchantment. Yeah. Let's see. Cards.
5.
Maya.
We had a prediction as this was getting started from Steamboat Goat, Lands versus Miracles. This might take a while. So far, it's been not taking a while. We're in game 3. Ponder Shuffle.
Trigger for Polymorphous Fanatic. I'm going to hit it up Orcish Masters. Sure. Trigger for Masters.
Okay, Urza Saga to start the game for Greg. It's a good start. Mox Diamond. Discarding Tabernacle at Pendril Vale. Elvish Reclaimer.
Yeah. Yes. Sorcerer Clan.
21.
So
Draw. Trigger.
Yeah, Urza Saga will tick up to 2. Swords to Plowshares took out the Reclaimer. Reclaimer, if you have the option to, you do want to get it off the board. A Wasteland for Greg. A Brainstorm for Phil. This board right now full of legacy favorites: Swords to Plowshares, Brainstorm, Ponder, Fetch Lands, Wasteland, Mox Diamond, Tabernacle. Triumph of St. Catherine flipped off the top of the deck again, and it is in play. Every once in a while, I'll hear somebody say something like, yeah, Legacy's become a rotating format. Look at this board. And the Modern Horizons card on the table is Urza's Saga. In my opinion, one of the coolest Modern Horizons cards.
Yeah.
It's called Urza's Saga. And then Phil has a Warhammer card. Sign of our times. But a rotating format, I don't know if that's true.
Well, Force of Vigor, the Blood Moon.
Hold an air and boom.
Is there a lot of flux, a lot of change? Yeah?
Thank you. I even set the mana up, and I'm like,
I sideboard along.
I'll take one from the range.
Thank you.
Yeah, maybe Entomb will rotate out.
Now time to have some fun.
And then we have like the, Psychic Frog was such a mistake. Have you read Entomb?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Have you read that card yet?
Not a lot.
That's a lot.
Not enough. So it's 3 looks.
This is the life gain one.
Yeah.
Mox Diamond, Tabernacle, Wasteland, Brainstorm, Ponder. Which cards are the mistakes exactly? All right, Urza Saga doing its thing. There is a construct on the battlefield. It is a windmill token. Can't really attack into St. Catherine at the moment. Vexing Bauble found. Vexing Bauble has made its impact on Legacy for sure. This card is legit.
We're getting a Ensnaring Bridge.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to keep an enemy.
There's a Ghost Quarter. Kyle with a great question. Is the One Ring played in Legacy? Yeah, it is played in Legacy quite a bit. But, and disclaimer, I have not oh, there's Opposition Agent again. I have not followed, okay, Swords on the Opposition Agent in response to the Ghost Quarter. Saved Phil a little bit here. I have not followed Modern very closely recently, I'm sad to say. But it sounds like, from what I've heard, the One Ring is everywhere in Modern, and I wouldn't say that's the case in Legacy. It's just kind of a relevant card, but there's like a healthy amount of it, in my opinion, in Legacy.
24.
There's a one in my brain that's just like,
You haven't lost any life
cards?
yet, right?
I did that backwards. 24.
So
Yeah.
21 and then plus 8.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yep. Go.
Okay, it sounds like life total's been corrected. Bill says Ancient Tomb decks are the best One Ring decks. It's good, but not everyone could use it. Yeah, I think that's true.
But I also do get that, like,
Okay.
Just lost my access to the Twitch backend here. Hold on.
I resent immensely.
Take 2 from the ring.
And our lightning bolts.
Okay, Lorien revealed finds a Tundra. Okay, I'm back. I could see the Twitch backend again. Para says Ring is at 56% meta share in Modern. Okay.
19.
Still responding. Tap.
Sure.
While I don't really take much of the meta share win rate stuff that seriously in Legacy, story for another time. If you've been hanging out on stream with us for a while or hanging out in our Discord, you have pretty good idea why. But for Modern, I do trust those numbers. There's enough competitive Modern getting played. And it seems like the One Ring, based on what I hear, what I see, is problematic in Modern. It seems. All right, Deduce, after double Wasteland, takes out the Tundras for Phil. Construct will attack. Can't really race St. Catherine, though. This is going to get interesting.
Now what? Let's see.
25.
St. Catherine, of course, a 5/5 lifelinker. Phil without white mana at the moment, but has a clue on the table. That's the Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Not out of the woods yet. But,
What Yu-Gi-Oh card is that? I don't know.
let's see. I just have too many cards in my hand. I'll check my sideboard real quick.
Windswept Heath gets cracked here for Greg. Finds a Bayou. Okay.
Saga, Ghost Quarter, Wasteland.
Okay. I'll crack this.
So, I have 2 life.
Okay, Life from the Loam resolves, returning Wasteland, Ghost Quarter, and Urza's Saga. That was a clue sacked by Force of Fill. Life from the Loam now into the graveyard.
Which I don't think I can.
Are Yu-Gi-Oh cards approved tokens? They are not. They are not. St. Catherine gets in for another attack.
I don't know how I do that either.
There's one.
Actually, I don't have to pay the cube.
Okay, Dredging Loam, Shadow Spear, Cabal, Pit, and Ancient Tomb. Okay.
Land for turn is.
But I also have to
be
I'll minus the card.
yeah.
But also, like, to be fair,
Get an expedition.
last year, and like the way.
The construct is just a 3/3 right now. A construct created by Urza's Saga. There's a Maze of Ith. That could be pretty good for Greg here, stopping the St. Catherine from finishing him off. Life from the Loam, Windswept Heath, Tabernacle, and Cabal Pit.
Pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Rumor post, gain 3 life.
Well, when are you going down?
So with the Maze of Ith on the table now, Phil kind of has some problems to solve. The Triumph of St. Catherine can no longer attack and deal damage. So it'll have to stay back on defense, it seems. If this construct grows, Phil could be in trouble. Phil still has not found white mana after having 2 Tundras wasted. And we know that there's a Ghost Quarter in the mix. We know that there's a Tabernacle in the mix. It could take Greg a while to close this out, but that's a portent. Phil will take a look at the top 3, draw a card on Greg's upkeep.
I'll lose 3 to the ring.
Yeah.
Still no land drop for Phil. Drew a card. Didn't shuffle with Portent. It works like Ponder. So there must be land drops in the mix, I guess. Urza Saga gets played. Mox Diamond.
Windswept Heath.
There was an opportunity for Greg to attack there. Chose not to. Portent again for Phil. Kyle says, does lands have removal, or is it all about Tabernacle and Maze and such? Yeah, so I would say the 2024 lands decks do have removal, depending on the build. You might see some Swords to Plowshares. We saw Greg had Dismember. But, yeah, 2024 lands running some removal. In the past, in years past, lands decks had stuff like Grove of the Burn Willows and Punishing Fire. They've had different ways to deal damage or remove creatures and whatnot. All right, Triumph of St. Catherine attacking. There's a... Oh, what's this? A Baleful Mastery or something?
She's an exile creature.
Yeah.
But I did end up with like
For the clock post.
Yep.
20 store credit, which like you know I still lost money, but one I got to play like a decent one event, and 2 I got like
Pass. Fortune.
I have 9 cards in my hand, so move to discard.
Yeah, sure.
Discard.
Draw.
1.
Trigger.
2. Go.
Yeah, that was Baleful Mastery, exile target creature. All right, Tundra gets hit. Yeah, Gentle points out that the Mox Diamond was cast with a Vexing Bauble in play. It should have been countered. It should have been countered. If that's what happened. Good catch. Both players missed it. Specchio, thank you for the resub with Prime. 21 months. 90s MTG rocks, says Specchio. You know what? That's a big review coming in.
Tap.
24.
No damage.
Yep.
Okay, Misty Rainforest cracked here. Finds a basic island. There's an expedition map on the board now for Greg. Urza Saga has 2 chapter counters on it. Deduce. Draw a card, make a clue. Yu-Gi-Oh card available.
Play one land for turn.
Also, it's time.
All right, Phil scoops it up, not seeing a path to victory. Greg gets it. GG's.